The score is 8,700.
Wow.
How's it going, guys? aRenG Life here, and today I'm showing you guys how to farm a level 40 Dark Side of Dimensions Kaiba. And he's got some pretty good support that you might want to farm him for. Basically, let's go over the list of all the support cards that he has that you guys might already know, and then you can skip to this time where I will show you the deck list. But whatever, so starting off, Assault Wyvern is one of his cards. He's got a lot of really good support. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can tribute this card, special summon one dragon-type monster from your hand or grave except itself. Now, that's the beauty of this card, is basically, this can get out a big dragon of any kind, and it's just a really, really good support card. It's an 1800 beater. It can very easily kill things. You can actually make a deck that can focus around them attacking you, and you use like Wall of D, literally anything to have them crash into your Assault Wyvern. They die, and then you get a search. Or not a search, but a big summon. So it could be really, really crazy if you can actually pull this guy off. So Assault Wyvern, really, really nice. I like him. A card I don't have yet, but we got Crystal Dragon. I don't have this card, like I said, and it also says once per turn during your battle step, if this card battled this turn, you can add one level 8 dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. Searching, pretty good. If you're gonna just battle, you get free searches, and that's not too bad, actually. Is it gonna be seeing use in Blue Eyes decks? Probably not. Maybe in its own build. He's literally bringing all the good support. Of course, it's Kaiba, dude. He made Duel Links, so he's got all the good stuff like Assault Wyvern, Crystal Dragon, Tatsuno Toshigo, and of course that last card, Dark Sacrifice. Dark Sacrifice is one of the newer cards, and this card is pretty interesting, actually. Basically, it says when your opponent activates a card or effect that would destroy a cards on the field, negate the effect, then send one level 3 or lower dark monster from your deck to the grave. Now, the beauty of that is it has a lot of targets that you can send to the grave. First thing I thought of, like Plague Spreader Zombie, Bacon Saver, what's his name, Vision Hero Poisoner. That's also a pretty good target, so it's up to you. You can probably find some really good targets too. There's a lot of really, really good stuff, like the Karibos, Relink Karibo. Yeah, send Relink Karibo to protect yourself. That's pretty good too. Dude, these cards are pretty crazy. But whatever, that's pretty much his rewards. I mean, if you really want to, you can also get more copies of Econ. But yeah. Aside from that, it's all like pretty old stuff, like the Zebras and whatever. But whatever, let's go ahead and show off the deck. Okay, and here is the deck. Now, don't get scared. You don't need a lot of the cards you're seeing. Alright, but basically, we have Buster Whelp, the Destruction Swordsman. Now, I'm using the skill Draw Sense Light with Mokuba from Dark Side of Dimension. You can use literally anybody since he's in the gate with Draw Sense Light to use this deck. Now, I'm using Buster Whelp, and this thing on summon basically wins you the game. Because you just summon this thing, it searches your fusion card, which is the Destruction Swordsman Fusion, and this lets you fuse with Buster Blader to make the only card you need, Buster Blader the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. If you can make that fusion, you win automatically, 100%. So the only thing you have to do now is not like completely clog up your board somehow, which is not too hard to do, I guess. So yeah, if you can make this guy, you should be all set. He will eventually discard some dragons, making you really, really, really strong. So that's pretty cool. I'm running 2 copies of Union Attack, so I can run it with my Vassal. So I'm using that, and I'm using H-Heated Heart, but you can also use the other one, I forget its name, the one that lets you attack directly, that everybody uses. You can use that one instead, but I like H-Heated Heart because it guarantees that you're going to be killing something and dealing a whole bunch of damage. We're also using 2 copies of Emblem because you're using 3 copies of Buster Blader, so you can search these guys out because they're really important to have, so you can use your Destruction Swordsman Fusion. Now we're also using 2 copies of Dark Hex Sealed. You can use literally whatever you want. If you want, and if for whatever reason you do not have this card, and a few others, if you're missing those cards, you can actually go for the structure deck route and use Keeper of Dragon Magic. I kind of like this card too. This thing basically works if you have Buster Blader in your hand, so you really want to max out on the emblems. If you can have a whole bunch of emblems and this guy, then you can use Keeper of Dragon Magic, discard Buster Blader, literally summoning Buster Blader from the grave if you want, and it also searches Destruction Swordsman Fusion, so it does the same exact thing as your Buster Whelp. And this would be what a full power version of the deck would look like, but it does have 3 of the Buster Whelps and 2 copies of the structure deck card, so ew. Gross! Pay to win! We don't want to see that! In the trash you go! Also, like I said, if you don't have this, you can use a poly instead. Don't worry about it. It just searches. He literally searches poly. It doesn't matter, dude. So that works as well. You can substitute these if you have them, but that's only if you have poly in your build. These don't need. These can be any fusion substitution, by the way. There's a card trader one. I think it's Earth, which you could run as well if you really want to. So you can go for the more budget option of these hex shields. As for the draw power in the deck, you can replace with anything. This deck is very versatile because you can run any draw power. I'm running 3 and 3 of Jar of Greed and Good Goblin, but I have a few cards here at the bottom. If you want, you can run Shard of Greed. Figured not many people would probably have this, but you can also run Ledger of Legerdmain from the Arcana event. If you have this card as well, it's a free draw 3, but it does take 3 turns to get them. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I'm not running them. Sometimes you need the draw early. That's why you need Jar of Greed. This will take a while. As for the extra deck, the only thing you need is Buster Blader. He's the only card you need. If you have this guy, you're set. All the rest are just flair, extra flair, dude. Because like I said, since you have that level 1 tuner, I'm just running a whole bunch of level 8 dragon monsters that you can actually go into for the meme, just to get extra like 300 points if you really want to, and then you can tribute them away or just keep them on the field so you can double union attack and just get real strong. Also, you can technically abuse Scrap Dragon's destruction to get more dragons in the grave. It's up to you. That's that, and you can also use Dark Paladin, which I actually kind of like, so you can use it with Destruction Swords Infusion and this guy so you can have another big boy. You can just pretty much having a Buster Blader and this guy on the field on the last turn will cut it. That is enough damage, but if you want to flex extra hard, go for Dark Paladin. So that's the deck. Without further ado, let's go ahead and show off that quick farm. Alright, there he is, Seto Kaiba level 40. So basically, our big brother. One of the other cool things about this is if you're using Little Mokuba, who has a, I think he literally unlocks Draw Sense Light as he levels up. So you can use that to farm for more skills by beating up your brother. So, let's see what we got. So, he's starting with that. That's pretty good, actually. And I literally win. Now, the only thing, I will warn you guys, the only thing about this deck, it's not 100% consistent. You could lose on like the first turn because he has monsters that he can special summon. He has cost down, so he can summon that Crystal Dragon and get a normal summon with a big boy, dude. He can get a lot of things. He's got Vorse Raider that can just be special summon. He's got Alternative Dragon, so he can definitely OTK you. I have to warn you guys, that is definitely a thing that can happen. But right now, I literally already have the fusion, which I'm definitely going to go for. So let's go ahead and do that. Literally, it's just a race to fuse your Buster Blader fusion, and which I can already do because I have so many fusion materials in my deck. So, we're going to go ahead and pull this off. I got this bad boy already. Bam and bam. Send those two away. Even though my hand more or less drew way too many last turn cards, I'm still pretty good. So, now that I have him out, I can't lose. And it's finally last turn shenanigans. Let's go ahead and show this guy who is boss right now. Basically, all I gotta do is get that Vassal out here. And basically, there are times when he just doesn't discard many things. That's why I'm running 2 copies of these, to be honest. I'm running 2 copies of Union Attack. You can run 1, but it's a little bit more risky. But it can help you not brick. Like, it can help you unbrick by running less of these. But let's go ahead and pull all these off right now. If I activate only 1... I think I get, what, like 8,000-ish attack? That's not going to cut it. This is why I need Union. So we're going to go ahead and use this. Bam, making our boy extra thick. Now give him H-Heated Heart, and that's going to be a GG. Now, like I said, the other cards are just for flair. That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and battle and end this game. And that's pretty much that. You can also deal way more damage because he also likes to discard dragons. But yeah, that was it. I'm apparently in charge after beating them. Alright, so let's go ahead and show out that score. Alright, and here it is. So, the score is 8,700, a very, very respectable, over 8,000 points. And trust me, you can also get that way higher if you tribute summon, if you synchro summon, if you do a bunch of weird stuff, you can eventually do more. But that's just implying that you really want to flex. If you want to go for the quick and super fast farm, it's just 8,000 plus points. So I highly recommend this farm. Remember guys, you do need that Buster Blader fusion in order to get it. That's pretty much that. And if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Duel Link shenanigans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and